Here, we've broken the passing down into two phases, okay? Speed versus tethered, or connected, whatever you want to call it. Disconnected, connected. Speed, tethered. Speed, obviously, because you're not connected to your partner. What I mean by that is, they really have established no grip. We have two phases, okay? If we get into that run where they've established no grip, that's really an awesome thing to do, right? Requires a lot more coordination, requires a lot more athleticism, a lot more movement. It is not a pressure-based passing system. We're working with technically two different systems here, but you have to understand both sides of the coin. If my opponent somehow manages to either lose grips entirely, and I find myself in a situation where he's completely disconnected, we're going to get into that later on next week. That's when everything's got to be turned up to max, okay? Because essentially he's totally defensive, tethered or connected is when we both have some sort of a dominant grip of some sort, okay? He may have a dominant grip for him. I may have a compromising grip on the outside of the pants leg, which is what I want. We both kind of got some sort of a semblance of a grip. One thing we're going to discuss tonight, the importance of removing the grip and advancing off of the move. Okay? Look at any high-level black belts. The meta is the grip game. It's not so much the technique of what they're doing or applying at any given time. The vast majority of them have a certain skill set and a certain type of passing that they like. And throw anybody's name out there. Rodolfo Vieira loves to get to the weaves. Okay, Buchecha, weaves or knee folds. Rafa Mendez loves those leg drags, right? It's always the same for these guys. Now they have some backup passes that they'll jump in and out of, but they're going off of gripping cues. So once we understand how to apply our grips and when to go off of the grips, we get a lot better. So tonight we're covering kill and compress. Now, with grips. One thing that I will always tell you as a guard passer here, we want to compress the guard. We want to compress it. What I mean by compressing it is getting it inside here where our weight is up and close to him or over the top of him where I'm not operating out here at the effective end range of his guard structure. This is where all the bad stuff can start to happen. It can start setting up his guard structure. Longer range guard structures from standing are generally kind of where the game's at right now. De La Rivas, okay, X guards, single leg X, all these. These are not a compressed guard structure. I didn't compress him and ball him up. So think, I want to compress his guard structure. Now, another rule, sitting versus laying back. We were just talking about this a minute ago. Our opponent, I like to cut down the middle. Always like to cut the middle, but that rule cannot be broken, okay? He cannot be sitting straight up, i.e. the wrestle up. We're a wrestle up school. We ought to know this, okay? Somebody steps down the middle, they catch that leg, and boom, here we go, now we're getting taken down. So the rule has to be, we have to manage to get them onto their back. Okay, so we're working completely backwards here. Varying our range is massive. I cannot just drop my head, okay? Meaning if I want to address his guard structure, just going like this is not going to be smart, okay? I want to vary my entire range, my entire elevation. Here to address the legs. And again, the goal was to get him where first? On his back. Now, if I want to go into like a speed passing system of some sort, leg drag off to the side, I was kind of disconnected, I can go to that. But I did not go right down the middle with him sitting upright. All right? So, elbow to knee orientation. Massive. When we start this, we have to make sure we maintain a knee to an elbow orientation as we drive in. Meaning, I'm not, even if I'm changed my levels down here and I get him to his back, I'm not going to just drive this knee in here and take all this away. Okay? I'm going to glue this knee to this elbow so that I have some support here to help me compress the guard. Everything is working in this range right here. Not out here. Okay? Here. So first thing that we're going to do is our partner's going to be on their back. Right here. We're going to cut the middle. We're going to get to kill. What is kill? Kill is penetrate down the middle. We're driving, and notice where my elbow is. Okay? We're looking for a couple different grips here. Either dual pant or a collar, and my elbow goes to where? Knee. Then I'm going to get into my compressed position, and notice this hand is on the backside knee. Okay? Because this works me into all my other passing structures. But notice I'm compressing his guard. I'm not letting him elevate me, kick me out this way. Okay? Even if that happens, I get to float. He starts trying to extend me out. Nope. I'm pulling him up. I'm keeping him super tight and compressed. I may even use a double collar control. We're going to talk about that in a second. So when I get in, I want to penetrate in. We're going to start one square away. Okay? We're going to slide. Notice my body is kind of back. My hand is down. The reason I do this is because if he kicks up at a moment's notice and tries to wrestle up, where's my elbow? It's right here. Okay? So if he does try to wrestle up, he runs into all this, I can fish the underhook and I can start trying to beat this wrestle up now. Underhook will kill the wrestle up. Okay? So I'm here. Elbows are at my knees. All right, when I get ready to move in, driving that knee in to get to my kill position or get him on his back. I've penetrated the knee in, elbow is tight. Now, if I want to grab anything within this area, it's green. I can do it. Can I grab this right now? Huh? No. Why?
Too far away.
Look how long my arm is. Watch that arm bar come out of nowhere. Bloop. Right? Okay? I said keep it here. Is this a grip?
Yes.
Effective? Is this good? Is the hip good? My favorite grip. It's great because the elbow is still to the knee. Okay? The tip of the spear is going to be the knee that drives in and the hand. You cannot deviate from this rule. Here, boom, everything punches in. I can go here. Now, if it's back behind his knee line, I'm a little bit safer. I can let my elbow lapse a little bit. It's when I start reaching forward that I can't let it get like this. Okay? So these low intermediate grips. Then what happens with these low intermediate grips, and then I compress the guard, now what can I do with this? I can start working it higher. But I don't go like this. So I get in here, now I've got this intermediate grip that's preventing him from running away, head control. He's doing whatever. I'm here. Start cutting. Now can I start to advance my grips? What about this hand? Is this an acceptable grip?
Yes.
Is this? No. This is acceptable. Can this one advance some? Yes. Absolutely. Okay? The whole goal is to do what to his guard? Compress it. So your grip sequences, you may work as you come in. You may work double pant grips. You may block the hip. If you're going this way, this side blocks the hip. What do I mean by that? Here. Notice I'm blocking his hip. Boom. There's my pass. Okay, you may block the hip if you're going this way. If I'm going this way, I block the hip this side. I am blocking inside the leg at the knee. Okay? Notice this is what's happening here. Okay? You're here. I may grab low and intermediate, and then I want to get up here and I want to pinch. I am not like this. No. Okay? We want to kill this guard. If you hear me tell you to get to kill, we're here. We'll talk about later on when they've already got a guard set and all that. Let's work it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Number one was I feel a little unstable. Perfectly normal. This comes developmentally. It comes into playing here some, working to learn your balance. Okay, we're up on our toes here, not flat-footed. What is the goal here with this collar grip? With one collar grip, do we understand what we're accomplishing? When we compress somebody's guard, what is the only way to relieve that compression on the guard for him? Extend, or his head can go away, right? He don't necessarily have to extend me if he can shoulder walk out a little bit. So if I'm right here and I'm holding, he can move away, and now he's extending the guard back and I fall. So that's the reason I get to the collar, so the head can't run away. This is going to be a massive theme from guard passing that you're going to hear over and over and over. 90% of your failures in passing the guard come from failing to control the head. What I mean by that is you get deep into a passing sequence and they're able to create separation with their head. Watch. How this may look, I get here. I get here, not going to grab the head. All right? I'm going to go and try to pass. Watch where his head goes as he starts to defeat the pass. As I go through, where did his head go? You saw it sweep away. Now watch the difference. Here, okay? Boom, there's my cut. Watch this hand. Now watch me complete. Go. Why could he not get away? The collar grip prevented the head from getting separation. Okay? If we allow separation in the middle of the pass, he goes. Separation is two categories, head or hip. We can control both. Right? By having the collar over here, controlling him from separating a little bit. Okay? Later on, we'll talk about preventing hip separation when you don't have ample head control. Right now, we're looking at head separation. So, knee cut. Getting in here, I pinch. Notice, elbow is super tight. This hand is not a player yet. It can kind of float and go wherever I want it to. I prefer to have it on the leg, all right, for a number of reasons. Because if you look over on the board, okay, under the pressure passing phases or tethered, what's the first one? What's it say? Kill or compress. Did I accomplish that? I did. I killed and I compressed. What's the next one? Cuts and weaves. Cuts and weaves will play off of this grip right here very easily. So when I get ready to cut, all I have to do is post, okay, and fold the knee. Meaning I post and I drive the knee across. Now my elbow is still at my knee. I'm right here. I'm in a knee cut. I'm going to take the weight off your back a little bit. I'm in a knee cut. Where's this hand going to need to go now? Collar. A couple things to think about the collar depending on how we're going to do this. Right now, we're going to go to a high collar and we're going to drop the elbow. Okay? If we drop the elbow, it's a long step. If we drive the head forward, it's a knee cut. All right? There's another variation where you can pull the arm. I prefer the collar. I'd rather let him have his arm than to be able to separate his head from it. He can push on my hip all he wants, but if his head can't run away, he's just pushing for nothing here. Okay. So here again, we get to our kill. Boom, there's my kill. Notice it's heavy. I reach down here within my range of what I can have. Hand's going to go down to help me pull. I'm going to launch myself over to the side. Boom, my weight goes here. I switch my hips to the side. This gets me to my knee cut. Now I'm going here. Head is going to go to the mat. This hand is now going to shoot to the what? Heavy, heavy pressure. Whoops. Here. Kill. Squatted down. Within my range to grab that collar so he can't run from me. If it starts to turn into a problem, he's really butt scooting. What am I doing? Belt just compresses everything up. Now, what is number 3 on that board? Right side. I'm sorry, number 2. Sorry, number 2 under tether. We just looked at a cut If the knee goes the opposite direction, it turns into a what?
Weave.
Still have collar. What did I tell you was the only acceptable position to work to?
No.
If the knee goes toward where your knee is going to pin his knee, it's a what? Cut. Meaning we're looking to do this. Watch your foot. Okay. If I take it the other way, it's a what?
Weave.
Weave or a fold. Okay. So here, drive, heavy, split the middle, get that control. If you need to get the belt, get it. Okay. Weight up over, heavy, right here. Hand's gonna go down, knee's gonna cut across. Okay. I want the what? And the what? Got it? Let's do it. 1, 2, 3.